Inside the Room, a music show where the music comes first, featuring artists that share their personal stories and experiences from the music scene, with each story meant to inspire and support emerging and up-and-coming musicians. You're listening to Inside the Room podcast.
We are inside the room with Pissing Razors.
Hello there, how you doing?
So you guys formed in El Paso in 94. Tell us a little bit about how you got together.
Me and Matt were in another band, and that was ending. And the original singer, who had never sang in a band before, he was always writing these crazy lyrics, and then he's the one that came up with the band name Pissing Razors, who supposedly had a friend that caught the clap and felt like he was pissing razors.
So when you first started writing together, what were some of the albums or the bands that first influenced Pissing Razors?
I think I can recall bringing Machine Head, Burn My Eyes, and I loved the way it sounded, very up front with like these bombastic drums and stuff like that. I mean, the band was just phenomenal. And I came in and brought that kind of idea. I knew what they were doing before, that punk rock style, but I didn't think that that's kind of where they were. And I definitely was not.
So in your early years, you self-released the album Psycho Pinko Metal Groove, and you kind of DIY'd it for a while. Talk a little bit about how, you would drive out to California from Texas and play shows.
We'd throw a kegger to raise money for gas.
Nice.
So we would do at these after-hour parties at our former manager's place. She had a loft. And we'd buy a keg and then charge everybody $5 to get in after hours after the bar closed, and we'd throw a jam. We'd raise $600-700 for gas, and that's all we had with us, man. And that's as far as $600 could get us there and back.
Yeah, that's what we had. I mean, and we made it work. We weren't the type of people to give up at all.
There was a time when Dimebag, Darrell, and Vinnie from Pantera asked to be on a guest list for one of your shows. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I got a call from their former manager. I forget her name, but I hear you guys are playing in Dallas in a couple of days. I'm with so with Concrete Management, and would it be okay to put Vinnie and Dime on the guest list? And I'm calling, are you fucking with me?
Yeah, right.
We started playing. And about 2 or 3 songs in, sure enough, there's Vinnie and Dime and Sterling in the back of the crowd, checking out the show, which I was just blown away. I couldn't believe that they came to one of our shows. What the fuck,
Yeah.
That was the beginning of a good long relationship with those guys. They're just super cool dudes.
And then you partied at their house that night?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I threw up in Vinnie Paul's sink.
That was, yeah. I fell asleep in our van in the driveway and woke up, and I just remember walking into Vinnie's house, and I was like, what the, just, kind of starstruck with everything. Eddie was, playing drums on Vinnie's kit, and I
tried. I was so drunk I couldn't even
do that. Dime was playing. It was so crazy. I mean, prior to that,
we were at the strip club.
We were at the strip club, and my mother was there.
Before we went to the strip club, I was telling Dime a story that we tried to go one time just to go check it out. We were on tour, and they gave us a really hard time about getting in. And can't come in with concert keys, and the guy at the door is not even the Pantera guys coming here dressed like that. Just talking shit.
That's right, yeah.
And so I tell Dime this story. He goes, "What?" He's like, "Really?" I go, "Yeah, dude." It's we wanted to go check it out. And he goes, "You guys all packed up? You ready to go?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, follow me." So me and Rick got in this Cadillac Escalade with him and Rita, and they literally, when we showed up at the clubhouse, they literally had red carpet rolling out. like red
Nice.
carpet.
Oh,
Both doors
wow.
were open, and they had a whole corner of the strip club just for us, right? So Dime comes over to me and he's wearing these fucking camouflage shorts, and he literally pulls a wad of cash out of his short pocket. It was in a wad.
Mm-hmm.
And he puts it in my hand. He goes, "Well, go get some bitches." And I go, so I was like, okay. So I took the money and I stuffed it in my mouth, and I ran to the main stage where this chick was dancing. And I dove on the stage, slid on my back, as she's backpedaling, the freaking 6-inch heels or whatever. And I'm pointing at the money. I'm trying to tell this chick, "Come get this money out of my mouth." She finally goes over there real gingerly and takes it out of my mouth. And I walk back over to where Dime was at, and he's like, "Well, it's not quite what I meant, but that's cool, man."
Everybody, something fuck, raise your fucking glasses in the goddamn air!
Now, you guys did a Pantera cover, Domination, and they liked it, right?
Yeah, Dime and Sterling actually called me when they heard it,
Mm-hmm.
and they were, they're real happy the way we interpreted that song. He was just like, dude, it's like if we would redo that song, that's the way we would have done it.
I think they just probably felt like it wasn't overly done, and it wasn't kind of like an exact copy of what they had already done. So it was the coolest thing to do. And then of course the song selection, we had so many to choose from, but I thought that one best represented what we were trying to do, and I think that's what they liked the most, is that we did it, we made it our own style, and we didn't try to copy Dimebag solos or anything like that. And
well, we couldn't play them.
Yeah, couldn't do it. But it was the coolest, just for his explanation. It was like, wow, you guys never did it. You never tried copying me. We would have done it just like that, and we were kind of dumbfounded.
Now, you guys have been on a few different labels. Talk a little bit about good or bad experiences with the labels, like maybe some of the crazy things they wanted you to do that you didn't want to do.
Get naked.
In Germany, they wanted
Get naked.
Take pictures with our shirts off and draw on our bodies.
Those that rub paint all over ourselves and change our name. And
we were like going, we're not doing that. Like, guy got all pissed off, called label all pissed off.
They don't want to work with me, and all this other stuff. Name change came up, and we were like, absolutely not. It's our identity,
So what brought you back together? You had about a 10-year hiatus.
I was not ready to leave at the time that I did, because obviously I was trying to raise a family. It wasn't working out. So once my family was able to be grown up and independent, and I was away from that marriage, then I was able to kind of take this back on, take it back on like I thought it should have been from the get-go.
And the hardest thing to for any band is to find
Members.
the other guys with the same chemistry, and chemistry is everything. With these guys, it's just natural. Everything's easy to write. Everything comes together quickly.
And you guys have your own studio?
What we're in right now, this is the shop, right? Work on bikes and hot rods, and then right next to it is the studio, the recording room. During COVID, I had plenty to do. I was in here all the time.
Super self-contained. He's got everything in one junction,
Yeah.
You guys have a lot of material out. So for someone who has not heard Pissing Razors, which album would you recommend they start with?
I would say right from the start.
Which one?
The self-titled and Cast Down and Killer. Feels is pretty strong.
Man, there's so many.
Yeah, there are just so many good songs.
I definitely like Cast Down to Play, because I think that's where it showed how much we really actually wanted what we were doing, and it was so powerful, and it generated there from that point on. We had built from the self-titled, because it had some killer songs on there like Dodging Bullets and Tortured and, you know, World of Deceit, some of the songs that we still do to this day. But, you know, moving forward from there, you can see how much we grew up, you know, from the production side and just how we were playing as musicians and, you know, as friends, living our dream.
Talk a little bit about how you've seen the music industry change over the years.
It's different for sure. But
night and day.
But it's cool. You know, I mean, some bands are getting discovered just simply by, you know, how many streams they're getting and whatnot. It's cool. Everybody gets a shot.
So as far as your live shows, talk a little bit about maybe some of the most memorable festivals you played or tours you've been on.
I think the first show where I think the band really came into our own was we were opening for Suicidal Tendencies at a club here locally. But this before we were signed up.
Yeah, it was 2 months before we signed.
Yeah. And we opened that show and it was just fire, man. You could just feel the change in the band, that taking that next step to that next level, you know, and it elevated the crowd too, you know, and it was magical to say the least.
Yeah, you guys seem to have a real connection with your fans too. Where do you think that comes from?
I don't know.
Just be humble.
I think it's just being us.
Appreciative. I was joking around with these guys. Like, when I turned 60, we're playing all our fucking slow songs. No more of that fast shit.
They'll give you that shit.
Well, you better start writing them.
Yeah. Good luck picking one.
The latest love song called Cannibal. Is that the latest love song, Cannibal? Tell us about that.
I was out on tour. I think it was Auspice or Gigantour, one of those tours. And they would open with that song. That record had just come out. And I just always loved it. I mean, it's just such a groovy, straightforward song. So when I brought it up to the guys, you know, we started jamming it. It just felt good, felt right, you know. And then when we recorded it, we just simplified it, you know, even more so. Just really make it really straightforward. Because if you listen to the riffs that are being played on the actual tune, they're pretty clever. There's a lot of changes going on how they're doing that riff. It sounds the same, but it's not. And we just kind of simplified it and made it a little more straightforward.
I think it was a good choice for you.
Me too.
It's heavy. Live
it hits you. It makes me want to move. I'll tell you what. Just to hear that that beginning part.
It sounds huge live.
Yeah, that beginning part, it's like, hell yeah.
So what are your thoughts and feelings on AI and the future of music?
I just had a guy talk to me about that, and he was a fan. And he's like, he gave into it. He goes, you know what? I've been looking for musicians for years. And he's been around for a long time. He's a fan of the band. But he finally admitted that, you know what, I gave into it and I created some stuff and I'm not ashamed of it, and it's pretty awesome. And I heard it and I was kind of like, man, very cool, because this guy's a musician. He can sing, he can play guitar, drums, you name it, he can do it. But I guess, you know, doing the traditional way never worked out, and he just finally said, man, I'm gonna go this route. And it's a pretty awesome, and I think it's going to work out for him on that level. For us, I think it was kind of crazy because, I mean, then you can create whatever you want. So, I mean, you're mimicking digitally what we've been working on for 32 years. So it's kind of,
yeah.
I don't know how to see that, you know.
So for aspiring bands or musicians out there, since you guys have been around so long, what's like a key piece of advice you would offer?
Have fun.
Oh, don't give up.
Yeah.
Don't listen to what other people say.
Have fun. Do shit you want to do the way you want to do it.
That goes hand in hand with building the core relationship as far as like the musicians that you have. You know, you got to have that family trust, that unity, because we have it. We've never lost it. I mean, we're in the same room as much as we can sometimes, and when we depart, it kind of sucks because we're like, bro, I miss you, bro, you know. But
Dude, I totally miss you.
yeah, totally. Like cliche, but hey, it's the truth. Speaking the truth, you got to have that from the get go. That's the onset of everything. Once you get that, and it's unbreakable, and then you can pretty much build from there and succeed in everything that you plan on doing. We've been blessed with that. Again, 31 years, 32 years will be next month. For us, there's no stopping it. Again, we joke about it that, you know, Eddie's old, you know, but fuck, motherfucker can play. Motherfucker can play, you know.
Yeah, he can.
At the end of the tour, this last tour, and we're like, holy crap. We're like, we wish we had another 2 weeks ago, man.
Because we were like, holy shit, it's almost like we just started, but we were on fire already.
God, the last show was so good.
It's just,
Holy crap, man. We got 10 more shows to be killing.
Yeah. So even more.
Yeah.
it's fucking badass.
We've actually been blessed with a killer crew.
Yeah.
Every time we get a crew, they're killer.
Yeah. And you can't mistake Miss Terry neither. You know, Miss Terry deals with our attitudes and pains in the butt, you know, whatever. Supposedly I'm the angry bird.
His nickname?
I'm the angry bird. So everybody deals with the angry bird.
Inside the Room, a music show where the music comes first.